So we've come up to Jurby and we're outside the store here. Louise Whiteleg's with us, who's a bit of a whirlwind of doing media interviews and some might say whipping up a bit of a storm here.
Yeah.
Is it in a teacup? We're going to find out now, because this is all about the buses to North Island, the select thing that you dial up and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Jurby's being included soon.
Yes.
I've got points you want to make about this.
Do you know, it's been really interesting, and it has been a complete whirlwind this week. I don't know where I am. So it all started on Monday when a good friend of mine in Jurby rang me up. She just got the bus back from Ramsey, and she said, "You'll never guess what's happening. They're getting rid of the buses." So I listened to her and listened to her concerns, and then we had a chat about what was happening and what we could do about it. And I went away and I did my homework. So the first thing I did was I rang Bus Vannin. And the lovely lady I spoke to on Bus Vannin confirmed that yes, she said as from the 6th of April we're getting rid of the Jurby bus route. This is Monday, and it'll be dial a ride from there, but we will keep it on for a week while people get used to the change in the service. So that's where it all started from.
But that's not exactly what they're saying now. In fact, they're saying the main bus is on, it's doing quite a few services anyway.
Yes.
Did you think you'd come out the gate a bit fast on this one before getting the actual
Well,
fact?
not at all, quite the opposite actually. It's yes, as it's been going along, the information's been coming out of the woodwork, but it shouldn't be like that. There should have been a clear consultation. There should have been clear information out. I was grateful to Mr. Harmer for speaking this morning and trying to offer some reassurance. However, the amount of people who've been in touch who are really, really concerned about a lack of consultation and also confusion over what's happening.
You're scaremongering though, man. In there, you've actually created some points that aren't relevant now, because now there is a bus service on board plus this extra dial-up service. Is it not? I mean, this is what he's saying. Mr. Harmer's saying it's a better service.
Fair enough. That still remains to be seen. I've still got a lot. Do you know, I have been blown away by the amount of people who've contacted me. I've actually been quite surprised by actually how many people have come out and said, "Oh my goodness, this is going to affect X, Y and Z." And even with just the reduced service, I mean, we're talking about 5 less buses during the day. We're talking about 9 less buses during a Saturday.
Do you know how many people go on these buses? Have you done your surveys? Do you know if people are using these buses? Are they empty? Do we know?
Anecdotally, yes, I've seen it. I'm up during the day. I see the people, and I also see the type of people who are getting the buses, which is ladies with buggies, ladies with double buggies. It's ladies and small children. It's mostly women and children, which is where my original point comes from. What I would like to see, and what I would like to challenge Mr. Harmer on, and also Bus Vannin, is show me your studies that you've done, show me the information that you've collected on the demographics of the type of people who use this bus service. It may be an absolutely fantastic thing, but there's going to be other knock-on effects, and there's going to be people affected. And I think the thing that annoys people here is that there's been no open consultation. It's all very well Mr. Harmer telling us about these open meetings that is going to be at the beginning of April, but this licence has gone into the Road Traffic Committee. And the licence clearly says that you've got 21 days from the 5th of March in order to put your objections in. So why are we having the discussions after the objection date has closed? I just feel if anybody's overshot the mark, then it shouldn't have been the bus people. The bus people should have had conversations with the users, the service users. They should have been out to consultation. We go out to consultation about all sorts of things. I mean, we've had one on Chinese lanterns. Where's the important stuff like this?
I think he's certainly accepted the communication issue, that, you know, because you got hold of one end of the stick there.
Yes.
And through maybe...
Run with it and threw it for the dog.
You accept that, maybe not now. You should have done more fact-finding maybe before you...
No, absolutely not. I mean, it started the debate, and for that I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm not... you know, I hold my hands up. It's been a story that's been moving and it's been ongoing. This document here, the notifications of what licences have been applied for, isn't easy to find on the website. I've been on the Bus Vannin website. I rang the Bus Vannin people. The information isn't as dynamic and as easy to find as one would hope. And I just want people to talk. And I think in this day when we've got all this modern technology, you know, we rely on the internet, we rely on emails and things like that. We lose the conversation.
So where are we up to? You seen the new proposal? Well, the proposals that are now in black and white on the buses.
Yes, and I have
Does
updated
that now
everything.
Make you more relaxed about what's happening?
I would like to see a halt to this, a pause. while people have time to fully digest the implications and the consequences. And that's not only the bus users, but it's people like the taxi drivers and who have other implications and the knock-on effect
We're
of
going to talk to a
this.
taxi driver in a moment in another interview about this.
Yes.
And you've got a fair few people out here, and I think one's prepared just to give a comment as well. But overall, do you think this will just disappear now? Do you think overall?
I don't think so, because people are worried about this. I mean, as the examples I gave yesterday are still completely valid. You've got people on 0 hours contact who need to hop on a bus. You've got people who have children at school who are going to need to pick up the kids at school. And again, I was heartened by Mr. Harmer's concession that you can ring and make changes, but is that really the answer? You know, is that an efficient way to run a service?
Is it a better service? That's what he's saying. It's going to be a better one.
Well, it remains to be proven. Also, other people have got in touch from Bride and Andreas who are experiencing this service, and that's not the view that they've given me.
Right. Because?
They're dissatisfied with the service. They want their old bus service back. They want the regularity of the bus service. They don't want to have to ring. There's all those issues. But again, these aren't issues for me to be flagging. My little flag is ask the people, get the people to talk. Let's have some proper consultation on this. I realise it's a test. It's only been there for a year. But where's the clear investigation? Where's the feedback from people? There was, in the press release that was released yesterday, a reference to 97% of satisfied users. Who are the users? Does that include the people who have declined to use the service now? I'd like to see some proper investigation and some proper fact-finding done.
Maybe you go and see the Minister. Might be something to do, yeah?
Always happy to help with that dialogue. I mean, ultimately the end goal from anybody who's interested is that we want to get the conversation going, and we want to get the best service for the people who live here and the best value for money.
Ongoing story, but
completely.
We'll have a quick chat with this other person who said they'd say a quick word with us.
I think it's a terrible idea, to be honest. I've got a family of 3 young children, under 3, and our prams won't fit on the buses.
Because there's these small-ish buses, are they? Not the big ones?
Connect. I just don't think it's viable at all. There's no way on earth that we'd get the prams on.
Would you normally use one of the bigger buses, which are still on? But they're still there, right? There are bigger buses.
I do understand that, but it's the facts of the community. Yeah. You can only get 2 prams on at a time. There's many families with prams in Jurby. So we take out buses out of the routine, it's just going to be all hell. So I think it would be a bad idea.
Well, that was someone who agrees with Louise there about any changes, but Lawrence came across you as well, and just give balance, you think it's a good idea?
I think it's an absolutely brilliant idea. My wife can't drive, and it picks her up from our home, it takes her in, and it picks her up and brings her back at times to suit. She rings up the day before, admittedly, but she often rings up on the same day, and the service is there for her. They can fit her in. It's rare that she can't get a service. The bus drivers are more than helpful and pleasant. They're excellent when you ring in, but they can't do enough for you. The service is absolutely brilliant.
And because it'll pick up from your house, I presume that's nearer than going to the bus stop.
Well, I live in Dogmills, just near Bride, and there are no bus services. There was one in the morning, but if you catch that bus, then you've got to wait in Ramsey for hours before you can get one back. Now she can go when it suits her and come back when it suits her, fitting in with the timescale with the other people, admittedly. But I can't fault the service, and I can't fault the people who run it either. It's just too good.